Check, 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 check. 1, 2. Good day, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi,
Colleen,
Colleen.
how are you today, Colleen?
I'm good. It's been a hectic day, but I'm alive. So I'm happy to be here.
It's like every day's been like that for a while now, but
Yeah, I tell you,
Yes.
you know,
getting the tune.
being alive.
Yeah.
and stuff.
It's like every day's been like that for a while now. But
Yeah, I tell you, you know,
Hold on.
what's going
Right.
on?
I heard some feedback. Oh, maybe it's the phone. All right. But as you know, viewers, Wednesday, middle of the week, I think the week is really moving fast. I don't know if I'm the only one experiencing that. What is going on? Always slow it down. Always slow it down because, you know, as we go to bed, I see the, you know, alarm trigger off. What is popping?
You got your bed and see something?
As we lay down, 5 minutes, I'm up, back to work.
Because you can go back to work. That's why you're feeling that way.
No, don't speak it into being, Colleen. Don't speak it into being.
For me now, I've been back at work, so I'm like, can't the weekend.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, can't the weekend for the weekend. Go to the beach.
Keisha up and running. Arbor View in the building.
Flow free way up. Flow free way up. Flow free way up, Keisha. I swear.
Yeah, man. Facts. So, like Daniel, always early, big up yourself, quick and fast. We realize, Rashida, big up yourself. Yo, the viewers, them tune in early. I don't know, because the rain or something, persons are just inside already. I don't know what is popping.
You sure it's not because of your first feature, Gary?
Yeah, maybe. But exhibition games are on today. I know it's not televised. However, persons are sharing clips. I will see that the basketball is going to happen. We are going to get basketball.
Who is the exhibition games for?
It's like a scrimmage just for them to get back in that competitive mode going into next week when they will go.
Why them call it exhibition game though if it's not up for exhibit? Since it's not televised, like who come up with that name, man?
But it's who is it for though? Who is the audience? The audience could just be the coach and selected members. So it's not a worldwide exhibition, it's a closed exhibition.
I think I was controversial in about I guess Willie kind of more controversial. Why you have to argue the right name, Willie? Basketball I go play and we have been waiting for it. And WNBA is this weekend. They are going to have the games on, and those games are going to be shown on NBC, CBS, and all. Listen, we're just glad that basketball.
I see national account still, man, be honest. In my opinion.
Yeah, one of them, Willie, where's the 2019 account?
I'm account. That's easy and kind of account in basketball. So whoever win without not forget the ring.
Really? You don't think this is an opportunity to see true talent, perseverance, mental toughness?
That sounds like a LeBron fan, you know. Because LeBron fans, them alone happy about this.
I'm sure they're going to win, you know.
Yeah. But I know Giannis have something to say about that, so we'll talk about that. However, we have a lovely interview supposed to take place today, and the guest is backstage. However, as you know, our routine, we always invite our ref Abdul to come share FIBA in 5 minutes. FIBA rules in 5 minutes. So let us just get Abdul on set and see what we're talking about today. So welcome, Abdul. Abdul.
Good afternoon, all.
Afternoon, Abdul.
All
Good
right.
day. Good.
Well, as you know, rain fall today, you know, so I know probably Abdul internet. You know, get a touch of the rain there and now, right?
Hello.
Hello, Abdul.
You might do the hello.
You probably have to go log out and log back in. All right, boss.
All right. Will you just kick out the man that style? But that's
Abdul will get you back, you know, Willie. Be careful, you know.
Yeah, man. Man kick you out of our stadium, you know. So what you do?
Man, Abdul have understanding. It's the other refs.
Is that favoritism I'm hearing? Is that favoritism?
Oh my gosh. But who is this person? Jerome tune in. This is serious.
Yeah.
What is going on? Big up Jerome Thomas.
Melissa is here.
Melissa up and run.
KD7 is
and
here.
Katie's here, yes.
Manchester is here. Ruan is here.
Yeah.
KJ is here. So a lot of people are tuning for this next guest. The chat room are full up already.
We like it.
Willie, to be honest, guys, I still believe it's the Abdul interview that's drawing this crowd. I honestly believe it. I believe it's Abdul because he's been advocating that people need to learn the rules. And so people are learning the rules. So I know that the next guest is extremely special, but I believe this avid turning, this early turning, you know, hi Lisa. I believe that this turnout is definitely for Abdul. The early turnout is for Abdul. You know,
and guess what now? Abdul want persons to pose questions to them to say what is going on. Abdul want to explain. Yes. So viewers, if Abdul mention any articles, because I use rules and him correct me every time and mention any articles, and you have any concern or any question, you can put it and he will answer it. He say he will call it directly and talk with you.
That's a lie. Stop lying.
Yes. All right.
I see like he's coming backstage, but I don't know. Internet. Get Abdul Justice. Abdul, you coming through now?
Yeah, man. Clearly.
All right, let us take it away, Abdul.
Truth clearly to you.
Yeah. So let the viewer.
All right.
All right.
All right. Switch on.
We're gonna continue on Article 25, which is a legal movement. Really?
All right. Will I have to kick out Abdul put him backstage until. Yeah, because we definitely don't want persons to misinterpret whatever he's saying, because as I mentioned, it's the rules and the rules can't be.
Yeah, so we'll try again after
the interview. All right. Cool. All right. Well, before we get into the next interview, I just want to highlight and big up Jamaica Basketball Association, Ministry of Security, the coaches that have been working with the primary school throughout the summer. There are 6 primary schools that is involved. Ruan is on set. He's also a part of it. They are doing the mini social distance basketball camp where the kids are falling in love with the sport. I can tell you personally. I'm there. I see the smile. I see the kids just in love with basketball. So you're
there.
It's a good thing.
So you have any footage? You have any footage or anything on that?
I have footage. I will post them on Friday and give you a full rundown. I'm putting them together. Remember, that's a great editor like you, Willard. So I have to send it to you, and then you will.
What is this Willard we talk about?
All right, Willie London. So before, big up to all the coaches that are participating in that program. I know Goofy and also Tesfa, they have a program where they are working with the females and also the males at Boulevard and some are in Portmore. So big up to those coaches that.
Isn't Simone doing something as well for the females?
Yes, I think Simone work alongside with Goofy and that group is just trying the best test for. So that group is doing what they can. I've been to a couple of the camps and they are practicing and following the protocols. So I give it a pass mark. I give it a A to say that they are doing what is needed. So big up yourself again, coaches. But sometimes we have to take the time out to big them up. We know that sometimes they are not getting paid for it, but they are trying to ensure that the love for the game continue to strive. So with that being said, and Gary chat too much. All right. Colleen, who we have on set today? Who's our guest? What is going on? Can the little viewers know?
Our guest today is extremely special to the Jamaica Basketball Association, fraternity Jamaica Basketball, especially female basketball in general. This amazing young lady went to the St. Michael's Academy as well as the St. John's University in New York City. She was a WNBA all-round draft pick at number 25th draft spot. She played for the Jamaica basketball team for about 7 seasons. I mean, her list of accolades and contribution to the sports here in Jamaica, as well as for the diaspora, it's rather extensive. And, it's just such an honor to have her here as part of the interview to basically give us a rundown of her experience, as well as to motivate us to show us that we too can reach as far as the WNBA. That is such an amazing, amazing achievement. But not only that, she has also played in other international areas as well. So this young lady, as I said, I mean, I could go on and on about her, but I'll just basically allow her to come in and tell her story. The one and only Miss Shenneika Smith. We'd like to welcome her to the interview today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for having this interview. And just welcome.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Shenneika. Good day. How are you?
I'm doing good. How's everybody?
We're good. I like the weather. It's raining. Yeah, so we're good to go. Before we get into it, I must tell the viewers, we have an ET discussion backstage earlier. Yeah. And this person is saying things, and me are really vexed because we now see the point, and she's a Ruan friend, because LeBron she is saying all these things, so we know Ruan here.
Logistically, I'm giving you facts.
You're giving facts. All right. Before, like how you say, giving facts, Willard, I want to start quickly to test this person on set IQ about basketball, because she's to talk the talk. Let's see if she can walk the walk. We have a game here. Willie's going to put up a video. When you put up the video, you're going to unmute. What you'll see take place on your screen, it will say your mic is muted. Okay. You're going to unmute it, so you're going to watch the video. You have 5 seconds to tell us which play. You're going to show you 3 different plays. Which play is the best play? So you just shout out. It's going to be A, B, or C. Okay. So you just shout out A, B, or C. So you have to unmute, so whenever you see it, you can put it. Okay. Say A, B, and C. So Willard, let's go.
Out-of-bounds plays are a great way to get a quick score, foul, or to just set up your offense. But there's pressure for both the passers and catchers. So let's see how they're used in FIBA women's competition in episode 3 of #WhatNext, the basketball IQ test.
Sunset in my eyes, ocean on horizons, only one mission in my mind, survive. Yeah, they trying to drum me up, I'm the waves, now I suck,
B.
Yes, sir. I'm the Sometimes I lose grip, had to improvise. Just like Peter on the waves, I need saving for real. Ego trying to fetch my hat and let it go to hell. Get up on myself, or the ground, rip tide. Sunset in my eyes.
2 out of 3, right?
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. Good job.
That's great. That's
great. Wasn't right, because the defender she didn't help correctly, so I definitely thought she'd be open for a shot, but good pass. She thread the needle.
So what to realize, Willard, she really know what she's saying backstage. So we're going to be humble and just listen to Shenneika. So Shenneika, the 2 words best describe Shenneika. Let us know.
Passionate and a little confident.
Passionate and confident. Okay. So like. And she said confident with a little swag to it, like confident. So you know. Yeah. All right. Let us just get to know you, Shenneika. I want to know your journey. Where are you from in Jamaica? Or you're born overseas? And let us know your primary school. Walk us through your primary, high school, and to your university.
Okay, well, originally I'm a born Jamaican, born in Liberty Hospital. I'm from Waterford. I went to Waterford Primary up until I was maybe 8 years old. I came to America, and then I went to intermediate school, junior high school, college. And
Okay, cool. So in Jamaica, you say Waterford. So you start play basketball in Waterford?
no.
What's the
She's
sport?
from the Sunshine City. Come on, man. Everybody know what them played on a Waterford. Come on, what's wrong with you?
When I played on a Waterford.
Football.
What? So hold on. So you're a footballer. That's the only sport you normally play, or you're a sports lover overall?
Well, I played soccer and I ran a little bit of track because, between my aunt and my dad, had to do a lot of both. And then when I came to the States is really where I, got into basketball. Crazy enough, like 2002 is when I really took it serious.
Okay, so you're saying that your father and your aunt encouraged you to participate in sports from an early age in general?
It wasn't more of encouragement. It's like, my dad was nice. I wanted to be more like him. My aunt held record in Jamaica, began liquor, and I wanted to, kind of follow their footsteps. I went to the same primary school, so everybody knew, hey, that's juggler daughter, that's the twins and niece. So it was pretty easy, just walking in the footstep of them. Not really had to do it, and then I quit both of them eventually. So I guess it wasn't.
So hold on, you grew up with football and track and field, and then you just find this love for basketball. Talk to me. How that happened? How was that affair?
No,
was it an entanglement? I don't know.
I think I'm Will Smith in this moment.
Okay.
So wait, does that mean Willie Jada? Is Willie Jada then?
Yeah, it's true. Okay, look at his face. No, I didn't really take it that serious as maybe I should have. I did it for fun. Like I said, my friends did it. My family did it. And then I just decided it just wasn't for me anymore. I had to get up. My dad wanted me to get up at 5 o'clock to go on the beach. I wanted to sleep, so I didn't really, take it that serious. So I just found the love of basketball because I was watching Michael Jordan. And Allen Iverson is one of my favorite players because when I first started basketball, all I knew how to do was dribble. I could dribble the air out the ball. So I really, took interest in basketball because of Jordan, and then AI. He was a 6'1" guard that just dominated and, had a little cockiness to me. So I just was like, I might as well do that.
Okay.
Confident.
Looking back now, who was the coach that
to him? So I'm confident, absolutely. But Allen Iverson, he had a different kind of cockiness. So the Jamaican world, whatever. I know that is watching, but whatever.
So can you remember the coach that first trained you and show you that the rules and how to play the game, and what was that have any effect on you continuing, or is just that you just have a love for it straight through? Did the coach play any role?
I had a few coaches eventually who helped me become the basketball player I am today. But I would say it's more like when I came to America, I didn't really want to play soccer. I didn't want to, play running track, and everybody was outside playing 21 in the street, which is like a game first to 21 shoot a free throw. So I just decided to learn it a little bit, take a little more interest into it, start to understand. I had a big brother who, he without him, I probably wouldn't be sitting here because he had to take me to practice because, mind you, just came to America, didn't really know anybody. And then, trying to learn the ropes and, figure out what basketball. So he took the time out to really help me, and I watch on TV, try to, I'm trying to work on Iverson crossover every single day.
The ghost.
So, and then eventually as I become more interested in the sport, I was playing with a boys team. I was the only girls on the team, and I was playing against this guy named John Quintana, and he was like, "Is that a girl?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "You should come play with us." At the time, he was the coach for Team Marbury, so I kind of played for Marbury, and then he kind of just showed me everything, and I got, typical stuff.
Nice. So you remember the Iverson crossover? When I said the ghost, you know what I was talking, right? Because
yeah.
Okay. So after. Okay. So you receive a basketball scholarship to St. John's University?
Yeah. I mean, I got a scholarship to go to high school. I went to Catholic high school first, and then I got a full ride to. I picked St. John's. Yeah.
Right.
I had a lot of options at the time.
So could you tell us a little bit more about playing high school basketball at that level? Because we have a lot of youngsters right now who are not just trying to enter at the college level, but at the high school level to give them a better recruiting opportunity. So could you tell us, like, what was the training regime like for the high school program, as well as could you tell us, like, what were some of your accolades that you have achieved, as well as some of the motivation and how to keep motivated during that time?
High school was pretty interesting. Like I said, I went to a Catholic high school. And my coach at the time, God rest his soul, he died. His thing was just running. I think running, made me mentally tough because we did so much running and understanding the ins and outs of the game. I had another coach at the same time taught me how to play defense because in my mind, Iverson didn't play much defense. So why should I? You understand that defense win games and offense sell tickets, right? So defense and understanding that I have to defend, I have to stay low at all times. So that means you have to work on your core. So most of the training was either running or agility. So we're talking ladders, sitting on the wall with your hand out, and if it drop, time starts again. Push-up stands, staying there. If you drop, starts again. So, and it took a lot of delegation where I wasn't able to go back to Jamaica as much to visit my friends and my family because I had to miss it because we had to go to AAU, which is like a summer thing where you get exposure for college. So we spent like 8, 9, 10 hours in the gym a day. I'm talking Sunday to Sunday. There's no, I'm going to take off today because mom's birthday. No, that was not a part of it. Delegation played a big role in my success, and just understanding that if I wanted to achieve certain things, I had to miss grandma party, or I couldn't go to Jamaica this summer, or you know what, mom, Damien has to bring me to practice because it ends at 10 o'clock and you don't want me to come by myself or I'm going to cry.
Don't want to see those stairs.
Like I said, the delegation of it, and that's why I said what described me is passion. My passion started to creep up a little bit. Like, I could really, people here and there would say, you could be really good at this and you put more work into it. And I'm going to tell you right now, my work ethic at the time was not where it should have been. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I would tell people now, don't take that for granted. Okay, you have to work hard at everything you do on the court and off the court. So I think delegation played a big role into like who I am right now. I was delegated to a T. And I'm talking, my brothers and sisters is going to Jamaica. I love mango. Mango season and crab season was my season. Okay? But I understood that if I wanted to be better at it or great or separate myself from just a regular player, I had to make this sacrifice.
Okay. 10 hours. Miss Grandma party. You know that's serious?
Skip
the mango season, guys. The mango season. I don't know how you do it. The mango season part, the Blackie, the East Indian girl, the Julie. Girl.
Listen.
I understand.
Listen, I'm in Jamaica, and when I come back up, it's funny, I'm going to tell my secret. I put them in my sneakers. I'm bringing 10 East Indian mango because I'm going down, I'm bringing everything, whatever. Most of the stuff I'm giving away anyway, so I don't really care if I'm overweight or not. But on the way back up, I'm bringing every piece of mango I could get. And I'm trying to be, I only brought 2. Nah, I brought 10 because y'all not getting none.
Oh my God!
Right, so you hear that, Willard? When you invite her to Harborview side, what you need to bring? Some mangoes.
Mango.
Mangoes.
In the summer, we always have East Indian and Julie.
And we know which tree for teeth it from. We're on live now. We're on live. All right, cool. All right, go. Shenneika, talk about your dedication and how hard you have to work. I just want you to just go back to when the first time you walk in the gym of St. John's University. What was on your mind, knowing that you're now here? What was your plan? I realized that you put up good numbers when we Google your name. We see that you're putting up good numbers from freshman. So walk us through that period from freshman, sophomore to senior. What was your goals going into the university?
And why St. John's, by the way?
Oh, yeah, that's it. Why? Because before you go, how many scholarship opportunities were offered to you? Like, which school wanted you?
Okay,
for the numbers you're putting up, which school wanted you?
Coming out of high school, I was the number 7 kid in the country. So
that's amazing. That's amazing, guys. That's so amazing.
Yeah, she's really good.
So I had a lot. I had a lot of college offers. I had quite a few. I narrowed it down to 5. And St. John's was just one, it was close to home, and because my dad played such a big role in my life, my family, I didn't want them to miss games. Okay, my dad died 5 years ago, but like I didn't want him to miss any games. I wanted my little brother to see me play. So St. John's was just home, and the staff was amazing. With me, it was a relationship. You had to be a Nike school, and you had to spell my name correctly. Yeah. So, I know
that's important.
those were important. Those were just. I mean, kids have their stuff now because I deal with it every day, being a college coach. So those things were important. Just building a relationship. I felt good about it. Up until this day, my boss now used to be my coach. That was important to me. So I chose St. John's for those simple reasons. Family. It was close to home. I felt comfortable, and I understood the magnitude of me going there and becoming a part of something bigger than myself. So,
okay. So so you're now in the gym. Freshman, you say what? I'm going to take over this university. You're going to know how to spell my name.
I mean, my goal was to always, like my dream, I should say. I had a dream first before I had a goal. So I had to set a dream. So my dream was I wanted to play in the WNBA. I wanted to be drafted. I wanted to be a face of a program because that was important in selecting where I went to school as well. Like I didn't want to just be one more person. I wanted to be the person who helped, build something. So when I first got to campus, I went to school with 5 of my friends. So when I decided to go, I brought 4 other people like, yo, let's go do this. So in my mind, we're going there to win at all costs. And, we kind of set the bar very high because that's what we wanted to do. So step in the first time I'm looking around, okay, this is cool. That whatever was before us, we didn't care about. What was important was what's ahead of us. So we stepped in there just ready to play. Okay, freshman year, I think I had the best time ever. I was able to start as a freshman. Not everybody gets it out. I worked hard enough, and we just had a great time. I was able to play against the UConns, the Louisvilles, the Rutgers, the Notre Dame. Just in the Big East was kind of different. So I stepped in there like, okay, no matter who's in front of me, I'm gonna go at them. And that's how I was raised, and that's how my coach in high school taught us to be. Like, I mean, people would say bullying, but I wouldn't use that word. It's just nobody should be able to guard you. And that's just the mentality I went into everything with. Life, on the court, off the court, just be the best I can be at that position.
Well,
funny enough, I read somewhere, like, let's say they could just tell you to go out and get a bucket. Like, yo, go get me some buckets, but you were so unselfish as a player. So where you get that from? Because you could always score, but they say you were very unselfish.
Winning.
That's definitely.
Whatever it took to win.
About senior year, you just went off. Senior year, you were like 16 points, 8 rebound. Is what you got the green light to just kill people?
I've had the green light since I stepped on the court.
Wow. You're the confidence, guys. That's confidence.
I mean, that's what they brought me in to do. That's what they brought our group in to do I was score and be a face of a program and understood what that took and took what come with it, good and bad. Had to learn that over the years, but yeah.
Right. So you'd say the transition from high school to that level was relatively easy for you?
No, I never said it was easy.
Yeah. So can you explain to us, because I gave the high school experience as to what you had to do to be the 7th pick for the high school. What did you have to do? How much did your work ethics have to change? You said you spent 10 hours in the gym. Did that increase to 12? Did you have to miss more mango season in Jamaica? Can you just give us a rundown of that? of the college experience now?
You're well passionate about this mango thing, you know.
I'm that's important. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of made me take a step back because in high school in my high school we didn't lift weights. We didn't have 6 a.m.s. Okay. I ate a cheeseburger before playing in a game. In college, I had to make adjustment of my body, of time management, because remember I have to go to class.
Student.
I'm a student athlete. Yeah, I'm not an athlete student in my class. So I had to make sure I understood gym time, school time, Shenneika time. Okay, and that was different for me because there was always Shenneika time in high school. You know, I can play 40 minutes and then go hang out, and then schoolwork, we did it. It was a little different. But in college, I had to go from my class was 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. We had lift, and then we had practice, and then I had study hall, and then after 7 there was Shenneika time. So imagine every day, 6 days a week, that's your schedule, okay? Because we get like 1 day off, right? So I had to understand how to make my body change. Like I'm getting hit now. Before I could avoid hits in high school. Now I'm getting hit a lot harder, and they're coming after me more. So I have to learn how to read a screen. I had to learn how to remember 8 different plays. I had to learn how to be more of a talker and leading than just playing the game and making everybody else talk.
Yeah, I see on the screen, Ruan said that him just have to cuss you out sometime because you're too unselfish. Great player. You're always looking out for your teammates.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes. All right. Looking back now, what would you say your most memorable moment at college? What's your biggest accomplishment?
I hit the shot to beat UConn.
Talk to us about that. You didn't sleep that night. Talk to us.
Okay, so I didn't take a 3 in 2 months.
Okay.
And I can always remember Gino and I had a conversation, and he's like, you got to take the big shots. We was able to build a good relationship. And when my coach was like, we're gonna run the play, and I'm gonna get you the ball. And I'm looking at her like, I want you to 3 in 2 months. But I would take the shot and just be like, miss or not, I'm gonna take the shot regardless. So drew the play up. The first time, what people don't know is it didn't work. The first time it got deflected out of bounds. So the screen had to be set, it had to be adjusted a little better. And when I tell you, when the ball left my hand, in my mind, oh my God. There's a picture where the crowd is like, when it went in, I couldn't even celebrate because there was 7 seconds left. So I'm like, the crowd missed Ada Lewis because she was the best shooter at the time. Give it to Bria Hartley. She missed. I lost my mind.
Oh my God. Shenneika, for persons who might not know about basketball, I might just even tuning in. Why that UConn shot was that big?
16
Explain.
St. John's.
6. And what kind of streak a break? The streak was
win 100. So I snapped it. It was that 99 going for 100. Had the T-shirts. It was Tiffany A's senior night. It was going down when they win.
Willie, put on set. Show me on screen, cause it's like them you hear that 99 win, 1 more on the purchase T-shirt ready for this. And then this little girl from Waterford step out.
Like 5 interviews that night, and I was just like no. I just shot it. And I shoot it like how a regular shoot because Keisha Stokes, he's 6'4", coming at you. So I had to get it up a little bit higher. Lost my mind.
What happened that night? You go to your bed to sleep comfortably, or you said?
Practice great, but beating UConn at the time, I think it was like the 5 teams ever do it until Mississippi State beat them. One of them in St. John's hasn't been done.
Biggest shot in school history.
Biggest shot in school history.
No. Really, persons might watch and I wonder why she just beat a team and that's the biggest. They don't understand. That's the biggest shot in school history.
If you don't know UConn basketball, then you're not really watching basketball because UConn basketball is the epitome and the mecca of basketball, with like Tennessee and the Notre Dame. But UConn sit at a different level in women's basketball. So to be able to have that moment and being able to forget the moment, have the coach trust you to do it and to take it. After I'm telling you, I was 2 for 11 for 3 months. I didn't take a 3 in like 4 games. So to have that confidence in a player is very special.
Right.
Well, we need to take a time and breathe. Hey, Neil. It's like we're back to that night. Yeah, we're back to that night.
Master NYC said it's the biggest shot in school history.
That's my trainer. That's my guy.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Also, today when you were, getting the sweating, was he the one training you? Or?
I was in a regular. If I was to go through his, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be in the ice. Okay, he was when I was ready to get back to go overseas. We trained. I'm gonna actually bring him with me to Jamaica next year when we talk about the camp that we're trying to do.
No, but Shenneika, we talk about that big shot at St. John's, but also as you know, St. John's second ever WNBA draft pick.
Yeah,
that's big also.
That's amazing. That's history. That's let me just say, nowadays everybody's taking Oprah Winfrey motivational speech about vision boarding and manifesting your dream. And one of the things that you said was you had set a dream for yourself. You're gonna make the WNBA. Can you just give us, tell us how did it feel? What was the moment leading up to actually being drafted?
Getting that phone call, email, or it normally work. Yeah. Let us know.
So we was at a bar because my family was there, my friends and family was around me, and we were just sitting there watching. We knew it would happen. We don't know when it would happen. It's it's a process. So you're sitting there and having a good time, hanging out, having some drinks, hanging out, and I'm just sitting there looking, and then my name came across the screen. So at the time, it's in the bar and people's talking, everything is going on, and I'm just sitting there like, look, I'm going to the Liberty. Out of my mind, I'm like, I got the phone. Lambert called me. I hung it up. I might have shed a tear. Just understanding that everything that I missed, all the sacrifice, all the hard work, the nagging injuries, just people that you pissed off along the climb, people that you not speak to anymore because you didn't go to a party or whatever, or friends. Just understanding that, everything, and then look, it happened.
Wow. That's called a dream manifesting. Willie, let me give you a little history. When I was getting into basketball, my father bought me 2 jerseys. One was a Latrell Sprewell jersey, and the other was from Teresa Weatherspoon from the New York Liberty. And one of my dreams growing up was to go to a New York Liberty game. Little would I know that I would have been right now interviewing a New York Liberty draft pick.
Look at
that. Is surreal. That is so surreal.
She's an amazing person. Love her.
Right. And she was one of my idols.
Mine.
You understand? Right? So
now with her.
They're having a moment, Willie, so let's just let them have it.
Gentlemen, you don't understand. Playing basketball in Jamaica. Back then, cable TV, dial-up internet, and you're looking for motivation. to try and say, you know, what should keep us be motivated. And Teresa Weatherspoon, guard, excellence, teamwork, ethics. And then your dad gifted you this jersey. And then he organized for you to go to a game. And I was just a fan somewhere up in the nosebleed section. And I was just like, oh my God. So can you express to us, allow us to live through you, what it was like, your
open
first
that
time
door.
opening that door, your name being called.
And it's spelled correctly.
And spelled correctly. Spelled correctly.
Yes, had to be.
Right. Can you just let us know what it was like, first time training, meeting Teresa Weatherspoon, because yes, I'm having a woman crush moment. I am. And then of course suiting up and running out into the stadium. Like,
well, granted, my first time playing in the Garden was with St. John's because we do play games there. So I had my MSG moment, which I was grateful for. But when I first got to training camp, I was so nervous. You would think like I've never picked up a ball. When I said I was like, but the night before I was just sitting there like, man, what if I mess up? You know, what if I don't do it right? Like, I mean, everything that could possibly go through one's mind is because I'm like, these are people that I've not only played against, but like I've watched play. Like I'm Donna Taurasi, one of my favorite players. Got to hang out with her, amazing. And like I'm sitting here like, yo, I'm really about to step into this role of, you know, almost like starting over. So high school, accomplished it, did what I needed to do. College, amazing time. That was a start over. Now I'm going to the WNBA and I'm like, holy not so. Walk into the gym first, you get taped, you know, eats them, got the jersey, you know, feel good.
Whoa.
I put it on, looked at myself, you know, took a picture.
Oh God.
Okay, took a picture, enjoyed the moment. One of the things that I think I didn't do much of as I was going through my trip was just to enjoy the moment by myself. So I was able to sit in my cubby. Okay, my name Smith is there. I'm looking at it like, and I chose the number 6, right? Because the wrong word in you know, basketball. So I chose the number 6. So I'm sitting there like, okay, cool. So now walked into the court because we have a training facility. It's not at the Garden. We do not practice at the Garden. It's in Westchester. So I walked in the court. Now before I even got on the court, it was breakfast, and they served breakfast. I met Alan Houston. Mellow came out. So I tell you, I was tripping because, like, you know, you can't starstruck no more because you know, I'm on the team now. But in my mind, Alan Houston, because you know, there's a chef. They cook the mixer at the time was playing. They actually was in the playoffs. We actually got a seat to go see them. Mellow. I'm like looking at these people like, oh, where am I? So it was amazing. Now, I mean, all right, get past that. Starstruck, got on the court. At the time, I didn't know Spoon was gonna be like player development. I didn't know that. I mean, I was there with like Katie Smith and you know a bunch of other people. So when I saw her, it automatically took me back to the shot she made to win the game again. You know, in the playoffs. You remember that?
Yes. Katie Smith.
You know, so she had the guards and they was talking the whole time she's talking. I'm staring. So I'm trying to just make sure I don't miss not one sentence, letter, word, and then I just, you know, I went into practice. I, you know, turned the ball over a little bit, got a couple cobwebs out, but then it started to get rolling, and then practice was done. And she's like, "Hey, y'all want to shoot? Yes, please. Yes."
I have your last name. We need to do this.
I'm tired at God. Like I'm dying, but I'm not gonna miss my opportunity to shoot. So after that, it just started to get a lot more. I started to get comfortable. You know, her and I was talking. She break the game down a little bit. Just I'm like, I'm still starstruck, but like I'm trying to, you know, get some gems. But it was the best feeling. Her and I built a relationship. I actually spoke to her like a couple months ago, trying to get some of my point guards to go, you know, hang out with her. She's amazing. I call her up, she'll answer. Dope human being.
All right, question. Shenneika, We just hear about your journey and how you talk about the hard work. I know for a fact that you tune into a lot of other interviews and you have watched persons complain about even mention training sessions and the females don't turn up. But then you hear the same females might come on set to say that they want to reach the WNBA. What would be your advice, or what would you say to someone who's basically thinking this dream just happened like this?
Like I said, the passion for it, the dedication, the sacrifice. I think that's where it starts, and then the hard work. Like, I mean, nothing happens without a little bumps and bruises and, you know, a little knockdown sometimes, but don't stay down, get up. But I'm telling you, you have to be dedicated. Not when I say this, I say it with a heavy heart and a smile on my face as well. But you have to decide that this is what you want. Because when I tell you they're gonna talk, they're gonna pull, they're gonna push, and if you can stand tall through all of that, it's anything's possible.
Have it ever crossed your mind to like stop?
I did.
Like this is too much.
I quit in 2015. I think I was in Spain and I was in Portugal. And when I left Portugal, I quit. I think I took a year off. And Joe Master, my trainer, I think we had like a real long talk. And then I decided to go to Australia. And then I quit. I was like, I'm done with this. It's too political, blase soir. And I just was like, I missed everything. Like, I missed, like, you know, one of the closest persons to me died, and I didn't get to see her enough because of sports. So in my mind, I'm blaming basketball for that.
Okay.
So I definitely quit. I quit. I think the national team definitely helped me through when my dad died. He died in April of 2015, and we were supposed to leave May 27th. Never forget. Some of my teammates are on here. I wasn't going to go.
Right.
I think when we went to that tournament, I kind of cried in the locker room after we lost. Was just thanking them. So I definitely quit, and I tell you, basketball has done everything for me.
All right, I'm happy. I'm happy you brought up about the Jamaica national team. We have had numerous interviews where people spoke about it, talk about the pitfalls, what is not being done enough, and you just mentioned that the ladies, your teammates, were there for you. Could you give us an example, or just tell us about your experience being a part of the team first and foremost, and how that, elaborate more, how it helped you as an individual, as a ball player?
Yeah, like how did you get involved with the national team? How did like, who reached out? You reached out?
I think Miss Enid saw me play Rutgers one year.
Whoop, whoop, Auntie
2011.
Auntie Enid.
She saw me play, and she called me. Somebody called me. She called me. She's like, "Hey, I'm such and such and such, and you know, we were thinking maybe you want to come play for Jamaica basketball." In my mind, I'm like, what? First of all, in 2008, I went to the USA trial. But I mean, I'm Jamaican. I didn't have an American passport at the time. So in my mind, I was always going to play for the US. So I'm like, you got a team? Well, that's all you had to tell me. Yeah. Sign me up. I'm coming. They said, oh, you got to sign away your rights to play. I said, where's the pen? Melissa, slide a paper over to me. Say, you got to sign your rights. I said, okay, let's go. Where do I sign? That's not a problem. I'm a born Jamaican. I take pride in my country. I kind of got the colors on a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But he did call me 2011. They was like, okay, you have to, do you want to come play? So I went to my coach, and I'm like, I'm going to Jamaica. This is in July, I think. June or July. I forgot one of the days. He's like, well, we got workouts. Tim, I'm going to Jamaica. I got to go play for my country. You're taking a class. We got to put it online. So remind you, I'm in school. Normally July, June is I really go hard. But when I tell myself I'm going to do something, I told you I like to cry and guilt trip you. And I'm going. So I went to, my first time with the national team was when we had the KFC sponsor. We stayed at the Grand Palladium. And in my mind, this is lavish. I'm expecting this every week. This is what I'm talking about, Jamaica. Palladium. We went to Pier 1. We were good. I think I met a Johnny the first time. This was when Simone Edwards was a part of the program. And I met all my teammates. As everybody came in, we was practicing in Montego Bay. We took a bus there, bus back. Or wait, am I? Yes, because I think the second time was in Trial where we stayed. Because that again, I'm thinking, oh, this is luxury. This is what's gonna happen every day. So that's when I first started with the national team, and we went from Trial to Grand Prix. We're gonna talk about that next.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. You mentioned going into the Liberty community, Alan Houston and everybody here was starstruck. Seeing our Jamaican ladies, what came to mind the first time about basically our development, like you're saying, these girls really
it was different.
Can ball.
It was different because they were like, I'm talking tough. And mind you, I played it. I mean, before I went to Liberty, I was in college when I started to play for Jamaica. So I was playing against college kids. You know, they play hard, but I'm talking. Angelina Tush hit a screen one time, and I think I wanted her to always be on my team. And then Sasha and Christina Mitchell and LaDonna, like those are our core tier. They were just tough. I don't think the development for everyone was there, but their mental toughness and their passion for defending and helping your teammate and being there for your teammate and having your teammate back, A+.
Right.
That's good. I know some females watching now with that smile on their face like, Shenneika, big me up. Yes.
Right, and you were part of that team that went to the CBC games that really put the Jamaica women basketball on the map, because I recall at the time persons were pushing the men and they were talking about the men, and I believe you guys had to fight to get on the map. Can you tell us about that experience, what it felt like to have that success, and for people to just stop and be like, okay, Jamaican women can really ball, and we really need to give you first pick for sponsorships?
I mean, it was great. It was great. I didn't think we had enough time. So imagine not having enough time and still accomplishing what we did. Imagine if they gave us a month. You know what I mean? So like, I still felt like we was gonna go play regardless. We was gonna play for each other. I think we had a really good, core group that year. My first year, I think, I'm not sure. I think we went to Puerto Rico and we lost. And then CBC we won, and then we lost. But that year, I think we had like a good group. But like I said, imagine just giving us more time to prepare.
So that is something that you totally you think need to be improved on the short preparation, just not working. And you said at least a month. Then how long you guys got? Like 2 weeks to prepare?
Yeah, every time. And I'm talking. I'm getting the flights a night before, 2 nights before I leave.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, listen, but we made it work. Like people don't understand. We never complain. Like the players, we might have, say, oh, this or that, but we never not showed up to play. I've never said no. No matter what I'm doing, I will always come play for Jamaica basketball. And I don't think we get enough credit as women to understand that, like, you're taking jobs, you're taking time away from work, taking time away from family, taking time away from stuff to, come for 2 weeks to try and put a team to go play with Puerto Rico. Now I have friends on the Puerto Rican team and they spend months of training. Okay? Months of training. I'm not comparing, but I'm just showing where we
should.
Where we need to be. And it's nowhere close. I'm talking we come down there and the gym time, or we have the morning session here and the evening session there, or it's just, but you know what, we're always well fed, so I'm gonna give you a thumbs up.
No, but Willard, as you know, this program, Colleen, is all about development. We want the basketball to reach where it's supposed to be. And I heard they say they don't want to compare, but I strongly believe we should compare in some aspect. Because if we are trying to be the best, we have to at least learn certain things and follow a certain pattern. 2 weeks of preparation is just don't cut
not
it.
enough.
Yeah, and we
It's
are
not
here
enough.
and we have to mention these things. We're not going to just jump over it. It's the same thing with the males. The males complain that we have 3 weeks to prepare. No, we need to ensure that we at least get 3 months. I don't even think a month, 3 months if the person's come down, but even the core that is down here, training should be going right through.
My question.
Always, yeah.
If 80 to 90% of the team is home on the island, why aren't they practicing? Why aren't we putting the resources into making them better, or understanding that you don't always have to rely on, the non-locals, because that's what they consider us the Jamaican Americans. But if you develop within the system, then you don't have to worry about, oh my God, I have to buy this ticket, buy that ticket. Yes, you do want to bring some of us in, and those that's playing, but you develop so many at home that now it becomes 95% of the team that are locals, and just 5% of us coming in to do that. Why aren't we doing that? That's what needs to be done. Like I told you, in 2008, I was no, 2009, I was number 17 in the country. Top 22 kids went to Nike Skills, and then I went to the USA trial, and the tournament wasn't for another 2 years. Now imagine the tournament not being 2 years. Why are we having a trial now? Because they have to get ready. You have to be prepped. You have to, you have to give more, and we just wasn't seeing that. And I've been, like I said, I've been playing for them since 2011, and I will still continue to play for them. But if we want to be better and compete against Puerto Rico and Cuba and Mexico and all these we have to do better. And then you can't be mad at us, or you can't bash us, or whatever they do, when we only had 2 weeks and we still able to do this much.
Right. And that's what I was saying, that I don't think people understand the phenomenal achievement of our team. Usually throughout the entire time that we have a national team, girls are brought together for a short period of time. Then the international players are probably brought in for 2 weeks to a week, and they go. I don't think persons understand that team camaraderie, team building, teamwork is so important for the success of the teams. I mean, many persons will think that our Jamaican ballers, our local players, are not as talented. Can you tell us what you see? You have played high school, college, and at the WNBA international level. What did you think about the talent that you had seen at the time when you were playing with us?
I don't think much is the talent. I think that where I live in New York, they put in time with other kids. You know what I mean? Like ASU programs, high school programs, just trainers, they put time in. And I've been on here where they talk about money. Money is not everything when it comes to training and putting time. Every time you put a time in, you can't have your hand out.
Right.
Now we're talking about developing kids like Sasha and LaDonna and Tush and Tia, and I think I played with Nicole Dyers. It's not that they don't have talent, because a few of them has went to the States to play. How is that possible if they didn't have the talent? But they haven't had the development that you need to make them jump the hump. You know what I mean? They had to leave to come back to do it. Why can't you do it at home?
I've been asking the same question. Is it a coaching thing? What is it? Facilities? I don't know. Like, why can't our players get the development they need locally? Why they have to leave and become star? Like, you get me? You write them off, they're not good enough. But them go there and come back as stars.
We talk about not having a gym, which is I understand, but this quarantine has not just taught us a lot, but I've seen people go out in the park to train. Now you saying you don't have a gym, right? Do we have places where we can go to like a park in Jamaica to do it? Is it available to do it? Are you going to give your time without getting paid to do it? Because some of these coaches, let me tell you something. This is from personal experience. My coach didn't have a dime, but he made it happen. He made it. He built our program, which I played for Exodus, on his back and off just people being given and understanding that, throw a raffle here, do a car wash here. But he had all the best kids, and they could have went to other places. They were getting sponsored. Not that we couldn't, because he didn't want to go down what everybody else wants to do. He wanted to take the road to put us on a stage to be better. So doesn't mean that I'm not gonna get paid this week. Okay, I'll still show up to coach. I'm not saying people are not doing that, but is there enough of them doing it? People that are sitting in certain places of power, or I would say have a one-up on somebody. Can you offer a helping hand if you supposedly want to develop kids and these women?
True.
Right, and that's a very good point. We have had numerous coaches who have been dedicating their time and just been asking other persons to come and give back and just contribute to the program. To be honest with you, when I was in high school, many of the coaches weren't getting paid. Some persons went in, started the program, and then negotiate up a salary package. So from what you're saying is that we need more dedicated stakeholders to come and invest in the development of our young people to ensure that the sports grow.
And you also need players that is dedicated, because at the end of the day,
right.
Like I said, I've been on here a couple times and I've watched them. If you are not willing to take a bus, now let me tell you, I'm gonna try to. So this is Waterford, and this is, I'm gonna say, where National Stadium is. Yes. I have to take 3 trains to get to practice.
Right.
Now I'm dedicated, right?
Right.
Why does the coach, not all the time, he used to bring me home because it was late, but not all the time? How do we say you want to get better and you want this if you're not willing to delegate yourself to do it? And it's not always on the coach or always on the gym, and it's on yourself to find a way. Can you call Rowan or Mr. Brown? I'm just calling these people because that's who I know. Rowan, I speak a little pocket because my English sometimes is off. Rowan, here one, a ball. But then water, have a little half court. Now go put up some shots and do some drill. Are we doing those things? Or are you waiting for the coaches to put together something and then you partake it?
Yo, Willie, she's making a valid point right there now, but you should say the patois thing. You want to laugh a little bit more. Yeah, but you're so right. Earlier, as we start the show, you heard I mentioned some coaches that are investing time, and you mentioned about this players' dedication, and that's for real. I've been to camps where I see like 3-4 persons turn up. Sometimes the coach themselves come and maybe one player pop up, and you find out these players know after, like Willard, I see you doing some interview, or we can get scholarship for going, and we can't, and they're not putting in any form of work, but everybody want that success. So sometimes it have to rest on everybody, basically the coach, players, and also, as you mentioned, we need more programs involved where the programs itself will encourage persons. Right. Willie, we got embassy and say everybody farmland and nobody not even a shout because they want the visa. Yeah. So you go
the rule in this it's gonna exist there,
Yeah.
The bodies of Batman will be, Anyway, I have a question here from Coach Stumbo. You'd love for her to compare what her training was like in college versus the national team, if you could.
2 weeks, Stumbo.
You can't compare it, and I'm gonna tell you why. You have to cram 7 months to a year in 2 weeks. So where in college we go June, July, August, June, July, September, October, season start November. So I can't really compare, but I can tell you the intensity is the same for the most part, but the direction sometimes isn't the same.
Makes sense.
Why coaching, Shenneika?
Why coaching?
Yes.
Ask myself that every day.
You love the challenge. Talk to us.
I would say I had a bone tumor in 2017, and I wasn't sure. And when I got the opportunity from my former coach to say, "Hey, when would you like to, get the job? I was iffy, and in my mind, if I'm going to step away from the game for now or forever, I can still give back. I can still relate. I still had my core values. Why not help other kids understand what it took, and help them make the big mistakes together, and they'll make their own mistakes. So I would say it's more so I was put in a predicament where I had to choose, and I would say that I want to still be around the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear, and hope that everything will just be good. Yes, prayers and everything.
I came back. Commonwealth flat.
Cool.
So, yeah.
That's the way your trainer wants to come to Jamaica to
I'm bringing them
the culture.
Next year, next, maybe. We haven't finalized it, LaDonna, Mel. We haven't finalized the dates yet, but we're trying to, bring a camp there next year.
Definitely.
Awesome.
We love that.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
Together, and I always say everybody talk about it. Nobody says nothing. So let's just put our words into action.
Okay, so LaDonna want jerk chicken, you want mango, Melissa want okay. So I need to get our list down. All right. Shenneika, as you know, as a player, normally you have certain struggles that you go through. Now, as a coach, looking, what is your biggest, what you see most of that, what are your biggest challenge as an assistant coach?
Well, it was recruiting, because I didn't understand. I wouldn't say I didn't understand. I didn't know how much effort and time it took into doing it, because X and O's and player development, I live for that. So I could do in the gym and do that all day, but I had to learn, how do I get the kid in so that I can develop them. So that was, I've been way better in year 3, but it was definitely a challenge where I didn't, normally I see challenge, I'm like, okay, let's do it. It's basketball. Once it's basketball, I got it. But this right here, it made me, I had to step back a little bit and just take myself, just sit down in a room and try to figure out. First, I got to organize. Then I got to reach out. Then I got to be constantly talking. And it's like I'm recruiting. So it's like the recruiting part definitely was challenging for me.
So basically turn a guidance counselor.
Right. Okay, so I'm getting to know you. I'm getting to know the colors you don't like, you don't like. It is. I'm telling you, I'm starting a relationship. It's weird because sometimes I'm on the phone and the person next to me, I'm like, so what's your favorite color? And you like you got
right.
You gotta all right, you gotta know all those. Yes, because when that time comes for them to come on campus, I gotta have the food they like. Okay, I gotta have the chips they like. It's different.
We see somebody here.
That's my best friend. Don't she's gonna say that.
All right, so what we're seeing in you is a person who started from not really being interested in sport to becoming passionate and applying their confidence towards a sport and achieving their success to the transition of being a coach. Now we have numerous coaches on this program. Do you have any advice for them? How to help to improve the Jamaican basketball situation, as well as to stay motivated and continue to do what they do?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it starts with, you have to love this. You can't like it. Because if you don't love it, you're going to be miserable. Okay, you're going to take it out on the kids. You have to love it. You have to love what you do. You have to do it for the right reasons. Okay, it can't be about, oh, when this person go here, they going to help me. Or I'm going to get paid to do this. Or I'm going to get a little thing. No, it has to be for the right reason. When you do things genuinely and from the heart, your success is far, outweighs everything else. But when you do it for the wrong reasons, you constantly be like, why? So you have to be dedicated. You have to have a good passion for it. You have to have a good heart to do it. Because when I tell you, the coach that I had, he didn't have a penny to give. But I never not ate when we was on the road. We never not stayed at a nice hotel when we was on the road. Just those sacrifices. You have to be willing, and you also have to have somebody behind you who understand that I might be out at 10 o'clock at night because I got to drop every kid off that I can for their safety.
Right.
So you have to have somebody that understands. I'm coming home late tonight. Okay, because I got to drop 3 kids down here because they're going in the garrison, and I got to make sure my players is safe. Okay, I got to pick them up tomorrow morning because their mom not gonna let them out the house until I go pick them up because of safety reasons. So these are just the little things that to get to the big things is knowing the game. You have to understand the game. You can't just think it. You have to understand it. They said basketball is 90% mental. You have to have the mentals for it. You can't teach a kid the wrong thing because a habit is a hard thing to break, especially when you learn at a young age. Okay, so these things are, and then you have to have core value. What do you value? Okay, is it just like I said, recognition, money, fame? No, you have to have value for. I want to see this kid get, to the highest extent. Like one of my goals for just being in this program is just I want to come back and give somebody the same opportunity that I got because I'm sitting, I'm comfortable, I'm happy, I'm in a good place. And I know it's kids that's in Jamaica that's probably could be maybe better than me if they got the time and if they got the resource and if somebody just believed in them because that's all you take. Somebody to believe in you. Somebody to believe in you, not just say it, but put their actions behind it. And I don't think we have a lot of that in Jamaica. And that's honestly speaking. I think we have a lot of money hungry people that will do things just because, whatever. But like we have to find a core group of women and men and kids and, doctors and just people that understand that this is the goal, this is the dream, and what do we have to do to make it blossom?
Good
right,
talk.
that's excellent advice.
That's something about believe, man. Like, yeah, I was discussing that with somebody recently. Like, not a lot of people hear that. I believe in you. You can do it. And yeah, I think you need to hear that if you're gonna be successful. Even if you have to tell it to yourself, like, yo, you can do it. Good talk, Shenneika.
Definitely could have said it any better. We had the female commissioner of Daisy on set. I think it was last week or week before, and she mentioned and she mentioned the importance of getting females to also join this coach journey, as in to participate as coaches for the female team. I'm going to put you on the spot now. You're talking about giving back, you're talking about Ladania or the camp, but would you be interested in even assisting our national female team and to share what you have?
Now that's funny because I think I asked LaDonna and Sasha and them, and I said, I think I would want to coach the national team.
Wow.
And, I'm not going to, it's a private conversation with them, but I'm going to say this. If I was able to get the position without the negative behind it, I would absolutely do it.
Right.
But I'm not going in the position knowing I don't have the full support of the organization behind it.
Right.
Okay, cool.
But absolutely. But it's always I don't live there, you don't come take other people's job, or you might lick out on it. And I will say whatever I feel, but I also have to understand that there's another side to stuff. So you can't really, you understand what I'm saying?
Has there ever been a female head coach for the national team?
Yeah, Simone Edwards.
Yeah, man, Simone Edwards.
I'm not. That's why I asked.
We won.
That was
she was a coach. Yes.
She was a coach.
Yes, and it was a big thing, Willie. It was a big thing.
That was one of the best teams. I tell you, I'm telling you, it was just and you know what? Another thing that I wanted to talk about is how can we be a national team, but we had training camp in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh.
Because that year, I guess we didn't have a gym or whatever, but Simone was able to get, the gym in West Palm Beach. But we are a national team. This isn't a club league or a high. This is Jamaica national women team. How is it possible for us not to be at the forefront of the country, but we're not an America team? Why are we in America doing training camp? We need to be in Jamaica, seeing the sponsors, seeing the people, just building a brand, and I don't think we have a brand.
We don't.
Right.
I agree. Basketball is this big secret in Jamaica.
And I don't understand why, because you have beautiful women that play basketball, right?
Right.
Definitely.
Right.
Willie, you need to answer, Willie. There's not a problem. You can answer.
How do you not market women in everything? I don't care. I mean, we went on Smile Jamaica one time, and it was a little uncomfortable for me, but I mean, whatever. But that's just one opportunity. How we don't have everything else? Like this is not. I mean, men's whatever. People want to see dunk and highlight. Who cares? Whatever. But this is women we're talking about. Women. How do you not know how to market women? Because you don't have any women in the Jabba world. You don't have enough women sitting in a place where they know what to do. You can't tell a man how to go pose in a picture or sell something because he has no idea.
Right.
So how do you not have more women being the voice for a women team?
We need a change. We need a change.
I tell you, what we normally do, Shenneika, you see, we follow the chat and we love when everybody comment and the chat is blowing up, persons are saying wonderful things. But when you find somebody like we're disgusting, come and say good things, you have to really highlight it. So put up Calvin Martin comment.
Oh, that's my
Calvin Martin said maybe the only overseas player he always happy to see. And listen, that speaks volume.
When I go to Jamaica and he knows I'm there, he's doing it because that's another thing. That's another thing. You have to reward those who have done things for you. Because if you don't, they will never do anything else for you. Right. So if I called Martin, I'm like, I'm in Portmore and I need to get to X, Y, and Z. He's gonna do it for me. So when he called me and say, I don't know where listen, I went to I don't even Martin, tell me where I was at. He called me one night, he said, 8 o'clock, come to this place. I said,
Most Majestic God.
Yes. Oh my I feel what I was walked into. But when someone like that call and ask you to do a favor, you do it because I know that his passion is behind it. He's real about it. He's not doing it because he's getting, here and there. No, you know what I'm saying? He's doing it because he's trying to get these kids out the ghetto. He's trying to help these kids see a better future. He's trying to make these kids understand there's more to this than what it is that you see in front of you. Because it's hard to tell a kid this is the wrong thing to do when everything you see is the wrong thing.
You still get it?
You have to understand that. Martin called me. I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. He drove me to like Constant Springs somewhere up in the mountain one time. I think I was on the news. I didn't even know. Somebody called me like, Shenneika, I saw you on the news. I didn't know what I was going for. I was in sweatpants and a sweater. I'm burning fire. Just to get some people out of play. I love that. It's my guy.
Okay, I see O'Neal Brown also showing some love to you. I'm saying that he'll be an excellent coach. I guess
Coach Brown is my guy. I mean, okay. I appreciate that. It's just that there's some things that if it doesn't change, it won't go anywhere. And I feel like, and I've always said this. I've said this in private, and I'm saying public. I won't put my money or my time up behind something I don't believe in, or who doesn't have the right leadership. I won't do it. And I can sit here and say, I have some resources I can use or can help or whatever, but why would I do that if it's not going to be dealt right and it has to be women at the forefront? I'm not doing this for the men. I'm sorry. Because guess what? 99% of the time, they're not doing it for the women.
Well, Shenneika, I'm going to say right now, nothing is wrong for you to put women at the forefront because in order to lead women, you need that woman role model. And kudos to you. Thank you for putting that out there because we always say women need to be more dedicated. But if we don't have women role models, persons who are behind us, pushing us, then what's the point? You understand? So it's good that you're speaking passionately for women basketball. And I certainly know there may be some young kids who we can even show this interview to show them what's the possibility and how far you can reach. And thank you for sharing that. Really motivating.
Facts, and I hear Colleen say it, but as a male, I'm saying it. We have love for the females, and I cannot understand how they're making it hard for female to be market. I don't understand that. You know,
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's like, I see Willie waste so much money on females, so I know he will come to the.
Nah.
but that's fast. That's fast.
It's not wasting, brother. It's not wasting. I believe in the females. I invest in them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying you degrade women to market them, but there has to be another way to where it's women. Like, I don't understand. And like I said before, you can't say that without saying who sits at the top of it. Who sits at the top of it? And who's behind? And not saying that it has to be a woman, but it has to be it has to be split for stuff to go the right way. It can't be men, one woman here. Men, one woman.
There's been a saying for marketing and sponsorship for women that people don't like to sponsor women's sports. Women's sports are boring. Is that now just a myth, an old wives' tale? Is there any truth to it, as well as your international experience with this?
I bet you it's a man that said that. I'm gonna play devil's advocate, and I think I've said it before in an interview. Nobody wants to see bad basketball. Nobody, whether it's men or women, right? If you put the work, if you put the money, you put the resource behind developing where kids can be better, who wouldn't pay for a good basketball game? Because I've seen some men games in Jamaica and it don't look pretty.
oh my gosh! You saw Rowan play?
Oh, I see. Like you have to put the resources behind making it better. But like I said, how hard is this to market women?
It can't be. They just need a marketing team.
I've never even tried.
They definitely have not tried. I'm sure of that.
Exactly, because I know Willie will pay $100 right now to see you.
I tell you, right? You want so much steam fishing by the day. Anyway, all right. As you know, Shenneika, she's not just talking and win and all that. She have experience. She has been to university overseas where she performed excellent. WNBA. We're just going to put some photo up of you in a jersey, and you just give us maybe a quick phrase. What was the experience like quickly, and let us see. Sons.
Oh, terrible.
Okay.
I needed that training again. Like I said, it's a dream. I got it. It was a great experience. It built. It helped build my game.
Okay.
I'm a monster. Did you see it?
That 35 is for KD, right?
Angel she's a WNBA player.
Okay, cool. How many more images?
I was a KD fan. Oh my God. We had a good year that year.
Okay, cool.
But it was good. That's another. Oh my God, I gotta say that.
Okay, cool. Any more images with that?
No, just those. I just had those.
That's another thing. I've gone. I think I've had 4 different jerseys with the national team.
4 different jerseys.
Maybe. It's been weird. I think we was in Alapa, Mexico, and our jerseys were still being printed before we left. The night before we left, Martin got the jerseys.
From Ian. Big up Ian.
From Ian.
Yeah,
how is that possible? We cannot get nobody in Jamaica that has a business company to sponsor 12 jerseys.
Right.
Whoa.
12 jerseys?
Oh my gosh.
It's not. We not.
Rough.
This ain't a 72-man roster. 12 jerseys.
Right.
Cool.
Hey,
as I said before,
that goes for the males too. Don't think it's just the females alone.
Yeah, but I can't speak on that because I have no experience, but I understand what you're saying. But I'm speaking from experience.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
it's sad. It's very sad.
And why is it? Because they don't have the relationship? Because I saw Mark Bloomfield's interview the other day.
Yes.
But
Shenneika, yo, I have stitches. You have a laugh, yo.
like, seriously.
Yeah.
12 jerseys.
Yeah.
With
highlighting the jersey issues, I don't think people understood what women have to go through to play basketball at the national level. I mean, I don't know, Willard, a little history lesson here. Back in the day, people used to take that Grace can, punch hole in it, and be on the street sides begging sponsorship for airline tickets.
Yes. I gave them
right
to.
at Devonos. And that was probably from like 1999. Women basketball was doing that. And I know men go through the struggles, but it's harder for the women because we have to prove that we are actually as good and can bring across a good product.
Or better. Because I have
or better.
Yeah, you know what I realized? It might sound away, but you see, Willard, wait, I don't want to, Gary, choose your words wisely, all right? Like, when you're in a house and a female want to get their way, they just make a lot of noise. Sometimes you can't even sleep because they are just arguing. Why you don't pay that? You have to eventually say, guess what? I'm going to have to pay the bill tomorrow early because I can't go home with the noise. We have a female commissioner and we brought her on set. And I think once we have females, as you mentioned, in those at those seats that can make the noise, need to make that noise, need to shout.
I don't think that's correct. You have to have the right female that understands the game.
Okay. The next.
You can't have, and this is no disrespect or none of that to anybody. But how can I bring? I'm an accountant to a basketball game and say, okay, this is what we need. All they're gonna think about is, oh, we need money. No, you need players. You need jerseys. You need development. No, it is not just about just having a female. That's the problem, and that's what they do. You just throw a random female there because that's your friend or that's somebody you know. But does that female ball is a baller, or does she understand the ins and outs? Have she been in the experience of not having a jersey, not having, the proper facility? And it's people there that's probably saying, oh, who cares? But you have to have the right person in the job to get it done. Right. And that person needs to have resources.
I agree.
Get it done.
I agree.
Brianna. A lot of persons agree.
Let me play a little devil's advocate here. I've been around basketball watching the leadership, the changes of the leadership. And one of the things that we've been hearing from the various stakeholders, including players, is that they don't like the leadership or they don't trust the leadership or, boy, I can't bother because we don't see any development. However, I am a strong advocate that we cannot continue on that path. We cannot keep saying this because basketball will not go forward. I see where you and Mel and LaDonna are coming together to try and start things off your own. I mean, you're saying you would have come unless there's certain political corruption. But what about coming, grabbing the bull by the horn and just saying, enough is enough. Let me volunteer, be passionate, and transform, be that force of transformation for women basketball.
You're right. But this is my question. I should have said this. How many people behind me is going to be supportive?
Well, I can say after this interview, Willard alone.
No, you don't understand how much money Willard wastes on females. So he could do the job.
Everyone is in support.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? I understand what you're saying. You're absolutely right. You come and take charge. But if I come and take charge and I need that over there, can the person behind me or before me mess up that I need? Or will they say, okay, no, because talking, making a rumor, whatever, travel more further than success, right? So, am I coming into a clean state where, okay, we're gonna try something different because you keep doing the same thing, you get the same result, and Jamaica basketball has been doing the same thing and still getting the same result. When is it time to make a change? When are they gonna see that we just had a standstill? What has been different? I've been there since 2011. I'm sure you've been there longer, but what has changed? What has changed? What has gotten better? I've seen it get worse. I went from the Grand Palladium to a 4-season in Kingston. Nothing is wrong with it, but you shouldn't have started me this high. This is real. How can you start this high and then expect me to be okay with this?
Oh my gosh, you're bringing her to
that it's not that we can't get it, it's that they won't give it to certain people, right or wrong. Because I'm at the forefront when I'm sitting nice at a golf court, I'm doing everything good at Grand Palladium, eating free. I ain't even know they had a swimmer pool in my days because I ain't experienced it yet until I came up here for Jamaica basketball. So now I'm staying at GC Foster in a hot ass room. Okay, sorry for my language, viewers. In a hot room, but am I saying nothing? No, because I'm coming here to play. I'm coming here to help put Jamaica on the map. But it's unfair.
Right.
Cool. All right. Valid point. As you hear our first word towards the describer, passionate was one. So we definitely see it right here displayed. And as a Goofy mentioned, even in his comment that regardless, persons will support and the kids need it. And I totally agree that sometimes you have to take a leap of faith to say, guess what? We need to get the thing done. However, I do understand, Shenneika, you can't set up yourself. You have to still do your research to know that you don't want to be going somewhere where that
bridges
all your effort and a lot of red tapes and the problems. So it's on both sides. However, that's why we have the interview as Colleen's a person. So you see this interview, they will make contact with us, Shenneika, back and forth, and that is our vision, to bring these things to light so viewers can see and we can clear the hair and talk about development and see how best we can put it together. Right. You said next year you might have your camp up. Please make contact with the interview squad any way we can help, because we really would love to see that camp take off.
I think it start with just understanding that we need to start with the fundamentals. And
yes,
always, what are the fundamentals? What we also have to, ask ourselves, am I doing enough?
Cool.
Definitely. Look in the mirror, and whoever, people that's on the interview, that's watching it, ask yourself, like, am I doing enough?
What are you doing?
And if you're not, then I don't want you to come on my interview and ask a bunch of questions that you won't even answer yourself because you're not doing enough, or you're not sacrificing enough, or you're not getting up and saying, I need to go run. Come on, you live on the most beautiful island ever.
Facts.
How can Jamaica not? It's been known for such great things and the beautifulness of the country and how much tourists would love to see the national team come and just hang out and just come on, we have Duns River, go there and beg. I'm like, that's the problem. Our pride is bigger than our heart. Like come on, your pride can be bigger than the passion. Your pride can be bigger than your dream.
Right.
Put that aside. Go to these damn hotels that's having millions of people come there because it's so beautiful. Including myself, because I was there last August, and give them something to say. You know what? Not go there and ask with your mouth. Build a profile, build a portfolio. I've been asking Jamaica for this. I think when Keisha was there, to give me a proposal of just what we needed.
Mm-hmm.
And she's tried. And you know what? 2 years ago, before we went when I come to Jamaica to play, I'm fresh from head to toe. I'm gonna have my sneakers. I don't wear the same sneakers to play in the game. It's just so in my mind, I want my teammates to be the same way.
Right.
So 2 years ago, I was at St. John's. We were Under Armour at the time, and what we did was Jennifer George was a former teammate. She got somebody to sponsor us. and I used my discount, and we bought stuff like tights and socks. Accent. I brought, and my teammates got it because it's no way we represent not just the name on the back, but Jamaica. We need to look the part. Right. And no way, I'm not giving my money to somebody who don't look the part.
Right.
Who's one of our biggest sponsor? Biggest sponsor. No, we only get stuff when we go to the Commonwealth Games.
That's a secret, yo.
Willard, I just want to hear Shenneika continue to talk because she's hitting home and she's saying a lot of things. I know a lot of persons,
she's passionate. You know, passionate. You can hear that passion.
But what I want to highlight, and I really want the viewers to realize this if they don't realize anything. Shenneika is trying to team up with LaDania, Melissa to have a camp out here. So you see the persons who come and they rant and they say a lot of negative and say this need to improve. I always say baby steps will get you there eventually. Just don't be stationary. Just don't stay one place. So she's talking, however, she's planning on to assist.
Coach stumbled.
So that's a good thing. Will there be coaches clinic before, after, or during this camp? So here's our next ideas.
Yeah, I mean, right now, honestly, we just want to focus on development. I mean, maybe in the future, just understanding. Maybe I do have friends that have coaches, like virtual things that I can give you the information on. But just understanding that there's young ladies down there who could get the opportunity that we got, but they don't have the resource. They're not getting the. I see, and another thing, I see where Martin and them, I love Martin. They have tournaments and Facebook is flooded with images and pictures, videos. Where is the young ladies' pictures and videos and
Hey, Martin.
Huh?
Yes, Martin. Where's that?
No, I'm gonna defend Martin. I'm gonna defend Martin here. I'm gonna defend Martin here.
In general,
yes.
That's not Martin's fault.
We highlight the videos and they have a tournament and league. I don't care if it's a drill these girls are doing. Show me the drill.
Well, and to be fair to Martin, and this is one of the problems that we've been talking about, is that
Facebook
No, we know, but why there haven't been enough? There's no female basketball that's happening. Gentlemen, when was the last time you went to a female league?
High school. That's the last. That's the last one. They don't have a national female league.
You can't ask the interview squad, you know.
I'm just saying, you guys are
involved. He's saying so the viewers can hear. So they don't have a national female league for quite some time. And that was a question shown to the female commissioner. This need to get off the ground. We see the males league run without sponsorship. So I don't want you to come and say to me that we are not having a national female league because without sponsorship. The males have done it.
I played in
it can do.
I played in the women league that they used to have. I've played in it before.
Yeah, so it can happen. We need it. We need it back here. We need to have females playing basketball.
I think I said this on the last interview where you guys were talking to someone, and I said, you have the court for 3 hours. Why not give the girls an hour? Why can't the same league be ran with the women's as well? That's that question. I'm not saying.
With clarity to that, even with Calvin Martin League, I know for a fact that he had invited the females to come and play the first game, and the males will play after. I know that it took place only one time, and they didn't.
Why?
Come on.
Because we're not having enough games. What happened is that female took a break. So the high school girls probably went to intercall, and then that's it. And then to resurrect all foot like myself, no, it's the truth. Like for me to try and resurrect me now, I haven't ran. I haven't been doing conditioning. I haven't done a suicide in how long? And you want me to suit up to play? And I'm getting a 1 month lead. So these are the issues that we're having right now for women basketball. It is. And we need to call it spade a spade. This is a problem.
And it go back to what Shenneika said earlier, to say that even preparing for a league, she tried out 2 years before for that league to show that the programs need to continue even. So you still need to have persons get. And I'm asking for elite camps to be formed in Jamaica. There are no elite camps.
Just end. It should never end just because it's into college. Because let me phrase it. In an AAU program, in an AAU program, they start at the 7th grade all the way up to 17 and under, right? So the 17 leave, the 16 rise, the 15 rise, the 14 rise. 16 leave, go to 17, they rise. Now you have to because we don't have the young kids, you got to get the kids, them that want to do it. And there's kids there that want to do it. They just don't have, like, how much does it take to take out an ad and, you know, put it on Facebook, put it on WhatsApp. Y'all love to send these damn broad messages or blast that camp for 8-year-olds. Blast that camp for 9-year-olds. Blast that camp. Facebook. You have to attack these young kids in social media. They're on social media 24/7. I have 2 phones and they're always in my hand for the most part. Not just for work, but because I'm strolling. Them kids are strolling. Put it on somewhere that's going to get their attention. Stop saying, oh, they're not coming. Put it on. So when they're done, and you can say, they're not coming. I put it up there. Now, when we have these interviews, nobody could blame the administration or blame. Get an ad on Facebook and market National Women's Basketball. Get a group that say National Girls Basketball. That's how you build. That's how you make a brand bigger. Kylie Jenner, I'm gonna bring her up. She's never paid for an ad on television. She's used Snapchat and Instagram, and she's halfway to a billionaire, if not that, on social media.
Come on, preach it, sister.
Gary, how much teams in a college league again?
3.
It's not funny, brother. Like all them things. It's not like
3.
All of that mean for work on like these schools, man. Why aren't you having a female team? Like you just have 3.
And it goes back. I believe still, all the universities, all the colleges should have a female basketball team. Once if you have a male basketball team, that coach should ensure that a female basketball team. So maybe that discussion needs to go to the coach to sit with the headmaster and say, listen carefully. We have a male basketball team. We definitely want a female basketball team. As we know, netball and basketball is like brother and sister. So once they have a netball team, and sometimes these universities have a netball team, so you can move over. So that is something we need to discuss and see.
Game where it's fun. I mean, I didn't understand it until I came to Jamaica. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what netball is. They got me watching it up here. And I've been to where Coach Brown just said something. If we're going to start female league, there must be a big catch, etc., to bring everyone back to the game. It don't need to be a catch. All it takes is one person to tell my friend, to tell my cousin, to tell. I'm gonna bring 6 people with me to this game. And if 15 people bring 6 people to the game, that is a bigger crowd than you saying.
Been saying that. I've been saying that.
Really, we talk to the host, so we're glad our Shenneika can talk. She a drink to, so she not go host up quick.
Right. No, but I've been saying that though. Like, invite, bring 6 people.
Right, that's something that Naren had brought out in his interview as the 5-point plan. He said, tag a friend, friends of basketball, let's do it. But to touch on the point about the coaches, I know that for back in the day in high school, it was the coaches who used to proposition these teams. When I went to UWI used to have these inter-campus games. And even though we had won the intercollegiate league, they didn't send us to the inter-campus game. So we protested. Our coach at the time, Ganja and Pete, they went down to the sports office, hammered, and at the last minute, they sent us. So while we need to be working on our product, we need our coaches to start advocating for it, because that's what happens. That's what Calvin Martin does. He goes to a school. This is my product. He uses his Facebook. probably not with the most advanced camera, but it works. And he says, look at this portfolio. This is what I have created. However, we need more Calvin Martin. We need more Calvin Martins.
We need to get Calvin Martin a good phone. Trust me.
We need a phone. We need to start that phone. We need
you need to come on set here. You need to be a part of one of these interviews.
Majestic Garden and amount of kids that I played one-on-one with this kid, kill him dead and nice. And the amount of kid that I saw just in that moment is no way we don't have girls. And I'm talking little young ladies. There's one kid Calvin was telling me about. She's just so raw. And she probably don't even know how great she could be because there's nobody that's there to tell her like you could do it or, bring her to do it or just whatever to do it. Like there's no way you can't find eighth graders, seventh graders, young kids to be like, I want to learn. But then they're going to say, I want to learn. And then they look around. They know where to go to learn.
All right. So Shenneika, I have a development challenge for you. We're going through the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes.
And the entire world is feeling this no sports, aka Gary, taking it kind of hard, not having his sports on TV, right? For a country like us who's struggling right now to get people motivated, how do you think we can start a backer program during these trying times? What are some of some suggestions to put it out there to coaches, to the executive of JABA, to even our Women's Commission, and how can we start to revitalize our women program? Because we're talking about women, guys. No offense. We're talking about women. Let's focus on the girls.
No. We like that. We love that. We're going to sit quietly and listen.
COVID has, it's devastating for what it's done to the world. And like I think I told you guys in the room, in the sports bring people together, right? Sports make people happy. Even when they're betting and losing their money, in the moment before they lose their money, they're happy. So how do you brand that? Just how do you put that together? You have to figure out what communities you need to go into, which it's probably hard in Jamaica. I don't know enough, so I can't say much, but here in America, they're finding every way it is to not practice social distance, cover their face, but throw a little tournament here, have a little competitive game there, just bringing the kids them out of that funk. And it don't have to be JABA organized, because you know what I've learned? When you build something on your own and it's been highlighted by social media, the big people them start to come in.
Mm-hmm.
They start to come in. So just start with just a like Martin and Ron them. Start with just a little game here. Hey, we're gonna have a little tournament here. Maybe bring some guys that the kids them know. You know what I mean? Like the communities that they're playing basketball. Like, I know LeBron. I love LeBron. Are you about to play? Let me just come see it. You need people that's in Jamaica to inspire young kids, because if there's nobody inspiring kids, they're just gonna follow the same road they see that's right in front of them. There's nothing different for them. Like I said, if you see bad things in front of you and somebody's telling you not, they're not showing you, I'm gonna just follow the bad thing, because that's see and tell, right? I'm seeing it in front of my face. You need people that's gonna inspire these kids. Get to some of these guys that's in the tournaments. Hey, we're gonna just have a 5-on-5 match, and then incorporate the kids. Yo, let's have this thing we call knockout, right? Now you bring the kids down and they get to play. So now they get to feel like, yo, I'm on the court with such and such. Kind of like how I felt when I met Teaspoon or seeing Alan Houston for the first time. You know what I mean? You have to inspire. And we don't have enough of that.
Right.
Well said. I don't know if Willie can unmute your mic, because I need to we're going to talk now. The females just speak. We talk about this over and over, the importance of marketing the player themselves and not the sport, because persons want to see and know that we got that experience. We saw that person and that person did make it. So we need to market the players. And I don't know, we just need to push. Sometimes we say this over and over, Colleen, and it seems like what Shenneika mentioned is the same thing that Daniel mentioned in her interview, that what Melissa mentioned overall. But guess what? It have to be said. It have to be said. I say Martin posed a question, Willard, to say that the coaches started the high school league and it wasn't Java.
So you all there and wait.
The school, and the thing about it, I always see this like a school where you have the principal will be Java, but the school is underperforming. So you have a school that is not performing. It's up to the teachers in the school to come together to say, guess what, now we are going to do a little extra lessons. We are going to put in the work. So there's where the coaches have to step up to the plate and say, listen, everything is not going fine up top, but you have to put in that work. What will take place right there and then now you see changes, because if the coaches them realize what they are getting themselves into, as you mentioned, it's not supposed to be about the love. It's supposed to be about the love and not just the money and what you're going to get from the product. I think that is where the real glitch is, where coaches realize that it's kind of bad, but we can get a thing from it. Who can get a thing? We're doing it without the passion. So with that being said, our product is going to always stay where it is, because guess what? You're looking at the top to say that
same results.
Yes, so
not to boost my own ego or whatever, but does these young ladies that wants to play, do they know the history of, Simone Edwards played and won a championship in the WNBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure they know because the netball lady does a great job of marketing netball.
Facts.
She don't wait for Jabba, or she doesn't wait for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These know that there are other women that I'm a born Jamaican. I wasn't born in America. I wasn't born here. I love Jamaica so much that if I get to go there, I used to go there 3 to 4 times a year.
Yo.
They know that there are women that is from the same island than you, got the opportunity, and now look where they are. Do they know those things? Is Jamaica pushing that? Is even the coaches or whoever? You're not marketing the right way, and you also need a good marketing.
Yeah. We're not coming off of the coaches back, but though we are going to continue, because we send these our interviews in the coaches group, and we realize that I think the players are tuning into some of the majority of the players are not tuning in, and I'm saying this interview is bringing all of this what you mentioned, persons who have accomplished a lot from the sport. This interview make really know who's Obi. Think about it. So just imagine a young player. I know who's a Shenneika Smith, to know that she kill UConn, and I'm going to use the word kill UConn 100 that 100 rush. Yeah, Shenneika.
We shed light on this, and
so we need the coaches to push.
38 people, 38 women, kids, the group that I was added to the other day, which is funny. And how many of them is on here? Not to say that I'm the best person to listen to or whatever, but how many of us is tuning in to listen to the opportunities that are out there?
Sure.
But how many people are like, if they don't have maybe they don't have the service, which I understand. But
they have the service. They are WhatsApping. They have the service. They are finding excuses.
I'm not finding excuses, but I have to state that could also be a factor too.
All right, Shenneika, we pressure them. We know them have the service. They choose not to. They are doing all kind of other foolishness.
So it's like, we're talking about next year. I'm gonna say it. I'm inviting maybe 20 of the top kids in Kingston to come to the camp.
The elites only.
No, just because at the end of the day, like you said, we have to start somewhere, right?
Yes, definitely.
For something to grow and for you to help the others or the young, you need some kind of attraction. So our attraction is, let's get all 20 kids that's really good, right? That we can show them something different. And then when the big dogs come in, now you go back to basics.
Right.
Okay.
But how many of them is on this interview watching to know that you better get your stuff together, because we not taking no,
Coaches, get the players them to subscribe.
It's gonna be up on YouTube, so they'll watch the real one hopefully.
But if the coaches still don't push these initiatives, who know about it, the players are going to left behind. So coaches, let your players know what is going on and what is and the plan to go. Shenneika said she's going for female as she come down, and we cannot blame her. We need someone to step in front because we need to see something regarding female taking place in Jamaica.
Marketing team too, because our marketing team in Jaba.
Yes.
Jaba doesn't have a marketing team currently.
That's the problem.
They don't have a marketing team.
How can you market a piece of gum if you don't got nobody to push it to even
right?
Gary,
Boomba.
I feel we need to get into marketing.
Yeah, and to be honest, Jaba, with you, Jaba has made a call to ask people to come and join their team. They have. Jaba has put out the call to say we need help, but then the culture of where people are saying, I don't want to join because of what happened in the past or what I hear. I don't want to associate, and that's why I had said I challenge you guys.
Yeah, but
who's going to be the change?
Yeah, and you're right. But you know what? You can't be mad at people because it's not just one or two in that cell. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
You know, like it's hard to, step on.
Right.
Like,
but we believe, and you use the word believe. We believe that something is going to happen. We have to believe.
Believe. Why not? Tell me what you doing.
Right. So I am actually on the developmental program for Jaba. And I chose to work with that because the person in charge of development, I have faith in that person. So what I've said to people is get to know who is on Jaba and work with those persons who you want to believe in. For example, let's talk about Star Search Basketball Camp. This year would have been the 20th year that I was supposed to have been working on the marketing for that, but then COVID-19 happened. And we wanted to reach out to everybody to say, donate something for like the most improved camper, donate this. That's because I believe in grassroots marketing. I'm not the billboard must have money. I'm like a Calvin Martin marketer. I believe that it starts with past players, current players, coaches, and that's why I've been putting out the call. Get in touch with people. If you're not sure, send a message to Willie. Send a message to Gary. Work with it. Gary's supposed to be doing some development as well. When he's ready to launch that, I certainly know that he can count on me and count on other people to develop. And that's why he started this program, to put the call out there to let them know there are persons who are interested. And not only that, because there's such a negative connotation with Jaba going on, they have been trying to systematically interview the different players to show people that Jaba is not Jaba. Jaba is people. Work with people. And that's why I was saying, are you willing to work with Jaba, or are you willing to work individually and be endorsed by Jaba? Because that's another way people can work with Jaba. You don't have to work on the Jaba. You can just ask for an endorsement by Jaba to say Jaba endorsed, but it's your program. There's so many ways. We need to start thinking outside of the box.
I think I've reached out. I'm trying to remember. I know LaDonna has reached out to your dad. And I haven't yet. And this is why. I don't want to go into something without a plan.
Right.
Like I said, I'm a big dreamer, and I like to make my dreams come true.
Right.
Working. So I feel that if there's no plan, if there's no dream, like what is Jaba's dream? What is Jaba's end goal? What is the dream? Because you got to sell the dream.
Right.
Right. So what are we? Start small, right? We need to develop. Right now, before you start to send people here you have to start within the country.
Right.
And then I don't think we're doing enough of understanding that. What is the dream?
Right.
What is the dream? Because my dream, I already told you my dream. My dream is to come there, and when I walk away from coaching, my foundation is Jamaica.
Right.
And making sure that the kid down the block, I would say down the street, to talk my Jamaicans, understand that she needs the test scores, she needs to go to school, she needs to be dedicated, she needs to have the passion, but she will understand what it takes to get to the mountains that I was able, and I'm grateful to sit on and get to. But do they know that now? Like we gotta. Do they know that it's possible? You see two kids, like Dias came on here. She went to college. Angelina Tips went. Unique Gordon went to college. LaDonna went to Canada. Are these names, are these people are being brought into, we like to call a panel, because we're going to actually do that as well. I'm giving you a little bit of insight of the camp. Of just sitting on a panel with people, myself, LaDonna, Tasha, hopefully we will get Trish, we will get somebody else, and understanding, like, we need to bridge that gap. Like, these kids don't know none of us. We got to bridge the gap. There's no way they live in Jamaica and you don't know that Angela Latush will fight for you on the court. Sasha will go down with 2 foot and try to go on her knees and crawl for you.
Sure. Right. She should beat up Willis.
Because we as a country, as an organization, or even just as individuals, are not telling them or teaching them or showing them, here, there's all our games from CBC and wherever we played out on YouTube. Do they know that?
Yeah. I don't know. As I said, Willie, we could speak for like what? The next 4 hours. I realize it's 2 hours already, and it's just. I just said
this is how you know that the interview is going well. The time fly, you don't really.
Time fly.
Feel it fly.
And sometimes around there, Shenneika do acting like she says something that like, yeah, a moment, and like you're ready for coming. And then I was like, yo, she make you feel it, like the passion is just all over, you are just and everything.
Like I always tell people, how can I help kids in this country when my kids are at home where I was born? Well, you got to start from within yourself. You got to start in your backyard.
We have to say, that's it. We just have to say, Shenneika is just saying what is needed. As I said, Shenneika it's not an overseas. She born in Jamaica, right? Bought a Ford. And she usually play football and track and field. Came overseas and she said, listen carefully. Basketball. She said she got a little skill, but she realized that she have to put in more work with her physical ability, have to go through some rough training. But guess what? It all set her up to accomplish her dream, because she got St. John's University, where she, the second ever WNBA draft coming from there. She's on the internet. It's not a good thing for UConn to see that shot going in. However, that to show you that this is a fighter in front of us, and she do her research, and she's passionate about Jamaica. You said someone made contact with her about coming to Jamaica. She said, where's the pen? She's ready to sign, ready to be a part of Jamaica. So it's someone that still has that love for Jamaica, and we must say it was a privilege. We're just happy that you took the time out to talk with us. I made contact with you earlier, and you said, give us some time. We may come back contact and you're here. And I know the viewers are glad that you're here. I see the chat blowing up and everything. Persons glad that Shenneika is here to speak. I hear them even at show president and come back and coach and a whole lot of pressure. You might get a lot of WhatsApp afterwards.
I
would love the game,
I would love to be the coach of the national team. Which is, I don't think I'm done yet.
Speaking into being.
Yes. All right. Colleen.
I just want to say thank you. Let me be honest. Shenneika, because I haven't really been in touch with all of the players, and I heard about you, but I didn't know about you. Unlike, you see, Willie, I heard about her, but I didn't know about her, and it's been a pleasure to talk. Yes, it's a difference than not knowing, and it's been a pleasure to be able to connect with someone who is still passionate about women basketball, and you gave me different perspective and insight to possibly how we could move forward with the development of basketball. I just want to tell you thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure to have this conversation with you. You made it so easy to interview you.
Yes,
really good.
No, I agree. I think I've seen her play in GC Foster years.
Yeah, we sat and she walk past and like but she not giving up, because she said, who the just messing around. But
and my pick her as a baller, right? Like from the get-go, I was like, yo, she a killer, and I'm gonna ask no question. And then I see her play, and I was like, see, tell you, I can't pick them in them. I know that she's a star.
The funny thing about it, Willard, when I heard that she come from Waterford, I say, yo, maybe, she's so good then, and she come from Waterford. Then I realize that you have relatives from Arbor View. So I say, that's it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but thanks again, Shenneika. Hope you enjoy yourself on set.
I had a ball. Thank you guys for having me. Like I said, I'm always, willing to help in the right situation. I'm not the one to lie. I'm not telling you. I don't trust a lot of people down there with my money.
Okay, definitely. So, and I saw in the chat, I said, Uncle Pinnock and other person mentioned when is the camp, and persons are talking about the camp.
Yeah,
Shenneika,
so like I said, I don't like to give. I was just hinting at certain things, but once all of us, this is not a Shenneika thing. This is not just one. This is a group of players that played and that experience, that understand that damn, we went through some struggles, but we still made do, and we want to give back, and we want other people to understand that you can represent your country too. You don't always have to leave. You have to leave to come back. You can still be great. Whoever Christopher Walker is, thank you.
So Christopher Walker, a general, supposed to be on set. We need to get in touch with you. That's my brother. Calvin Martin. Who is what? Mama answer Calvin. We know who is Calvin Martin. Calvin Martin is the person who constantly hide from the camera and don't want to come on set. Right. So Calvin Martin, persons need to see you on the set. Stop saying you're not you're camera shy.
That would be a good interview. That would be an excellent interview.
I told Calvin, Shenneika will pay for the facial for him and you can come. All right, but as you know.
Calvin, come pick him from the airport. We're going to
All right, mad respect. Thanks all of you.
I just want to know. I see all the female players saying instant offense. Was this something that you say?
Go watch the 2014 game. They gave me the name instant.
Okay, I just wanted to know because instant offense. We learned something. These are the questions I ask. So I know.
No, yeah, for sure. The announcer gave me the name. We was playing. Was it the year we won? I think so. Or the year we won. I think we was playing DR. I just went. I know I had a food poisoning and it just.
Michael moment. What?
Michael ate the wrong pizza. When you watch
yeah.
Yeah, I had food poisoning a little bit. I was throwing up. I came out the game, went back in, and every time I spoke instant offense, and I died. Christina Mitchell, I'm sure you guys know her. She used to prolong it, so that's how everybody gave the nickname. And then Dyson was there. So, yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so guys, viewers, again, thanks for tuning in. You guys make this work even airing overall. WNBA start weekend, right, Shenneika?
Saturday. Make sure you guys tune in.
Okay. Cool.
What's her name again? KD7 Dragon.
Yes. Dragon.
Listen, your friends, get everybody ready. And listen, I'm coming to Jamaica to play too, so don't play.
So Dragon can play basketball?
Such a kid.
And Ashleigh was on my team. Actually.
Okay, I'm missing it.
You're welcome.
That's Coach Tomboru and showing some love also. Daniel, crazy love is being shown to you. Definitely beautiful interview. We are going live again when Sunday, Willard? Willie, so. London. Yes, we are going live again Sunday. Nice. Also with the next female that posted a bit out. Him don't want to call him Willard and set. I'm going to say this to the viewers. Anytime I say Willard, him get upset. He want to call him Willie, because Willard sound too English.
Willie London, brothers. The name the look. Can you read?
Alright, cool. Yeah. As you know, big up all of you. Interview squad in the building. Wednesday evening. Go and get some stew peas. You know the cooking go.
You have no shout out, Shenneika?
Gosh, I'm so sorry.
No.
Really?
Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Thank you guys for, having me on here. Like I said, my core group, Lottie, Sasha, Mel. Keisha and Mel, one of my best managers I've had on the team. Ruan Brown. We don't always see eye to eye, but much love.
Okay, cool. All right then, big up yourself again. Viewers, interview squad Wednesday evening, we are out.
Oh yeah, and the bubbles in Jamaica. We have Gunspen. I know.
We have Grand Spain bubble, Spanish Town have the bubble. Mobile bubble.
Yes.
A lot of bubbles.
I know Flemo probably on the way up there now. I'm seeing. Yes, Flemo, I know you're on your way up there now. All right. That's about it.
All right, interview Scott then.
Well,
thanks for tuning in. You're out.